Hello everyone. Today's the first preview of the Fantasy Fitness sessions that we're going to be doing at the Rainbow Market in May. Now, as you guys remember from the live that we did a few weeks ago, this is going to be the first of many previews that we're going to be doing for all of the Fantasy Fitness classes that we're offering during the Rainbow Market, both Friday and Saturday. So today we're going to be doing the Enemies to Lovers class preview. So this is a yoga class, partner yoga slash acro yoga, but it is completely beginner friendly. So we're going to kind of go more in depth into what the class actually entails in terms of just details of understanding what the description is, who can take it, what you need, what to expect, what it's inspired by, and then from there I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a class preview. Now, I was supposed to do this class preview live last Tuesday. However, Milton decided that I needed to evacuate my home and I had to reschedule it for a rain date for today. So, one, I'm safe. My home is safe. A palm tree fell into our pool cage, so we have to get a new pool cage, and we lost one of our gates. But I'm blessed to have just exterior damage. We also rescued a baby squirrel. His name is Milton. He's about this big. His eyes aren't even open yet, and we just turned him in for a wildlife rehabber to rehabilitate and put back into his natural habitat. So it was a very, very, we'll say, entertaining week. But I'm here. I'm talking to you guys. I'm excited to be here. I put some of the final touches on this class format to teach you guys just this past week. So I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. We have an online version of this class in our app, and it is super well received with all of our members in our Elite Achiever Nexus app. So anyway, with that being said, I was supposed to do this last Tuesday, and I was going to have my husband be my partner for the class preview with you guys because he was home. However, due to the reschedule, he is working because he's a firefighter, so he doesn't work like a 9 to 5. He works 24-hour shifts, and he is not here today. So I'll be doing the class preview by myself and kind of explaining to you guys what to do with a partner if you guys want to try the 3 to 4 poses I'm going to show you today that I'm going to show you by myself that you guys can try at home. And then if you are interested in the class, you can sign up for it at the Rainbow Market at Stardust. So with that being said, what can we expect at the Enemies to Lovers partner yoga class? Well, our Enemies to Lovers class is actually a series that we've started to release, with this Enemies to Lovers class specifically for ACOTAR, Thorns, and Roses being the first release that we're doing. So what I mean by it's a series is the Enemies to Lovers is like the main series, and then we're going to do a whole bunch, or we've began already doing a whole bunch of different favorite Enemies to Lovers. So we're starting with Feyre and Rhysand, but we may do Xaden and Violet or Poppy and Castile down the line. So we're starting with Feyre and Rhysand, and this first series specifically is just the first book of ACOTAR, Thorns, and Roses series. So it's when they first meet each other, their initial meetings all the way up until they leave under the mountain in that first book. Then we'll release a second class where we'll do the second book, and a third class where we'll do the third book. And you get to experience their entire story from Enemies to Lovers through partner yoga, which I think is really cool. So whether you do this with a partner, like a spouse, or whether you do this with a friend, it doesn't matter. I even like doing the different poses with my son as well. He loves doing acro yoga with me. It's really fun with the little ones. You can get them to focus and play with you. But another thing I wanted to say is that like the Fantasy Fitness classes that I've done previously at the Starfall Ball, where we did the Valkyrie training and we did the Valkyrie mind stilling, this isn't just doing acro yoga. It's not just doing partner yoga. We are pulling the story into the class. So with the Valkyrie training, you know, you weren't just doing a boot camp class. We were saying, okay, now we have to pull Gwen out of the chasm with the rope. Okay, now we have to carry, Emery has to carry Gwen up Romulus. It's doing different aspects of the storyline during the class and getting to live the storyline. So we're doing the same thing in this partner yoga class with Feyre and Rhysand, which I'm really excited about. So what can you expect in this full class if you attend? Well, this is going to be beginner-friendly yoga, so no experience needed at all. When Coach Kelsey actually wrote the original class format for this, she did it with her partner, and he had absolutely no yoga experience, no acro experience at all. And he was able to go through the class with her and do it without any, I want to say without any problems, because the first time you try something you may fall, and not fall like hurt yourself, but tumble, put your foot in the wrong spot, laugh about it. But he was able to get through the whole class and able to do everything as a beginner with no yoga experience previously. So it is completely beginner friendly. I'm actually doing it with my husband tomorrow, since I can't do it with him tonight on here with you guys. And I'll post some bloopers of that as well, so you guys can see that. It is both partner yoga and acro yoga. So partner yoga is just doing yoga poses with a partner, maybe relying on each other for kind of like a counterbalance, but just typical chair pose, warrior two, child pose, downward dog with a partner in some type of team working aspect. Where acro yoga is actually someone being what we call a base on the ground, like so. Maybe it's this way. And then someone being a flyer where they're now being on top of the base, having their hands and their legs in the air. Now, like I said, we're going to teach you the basics, so you don't have to be worried about like, oh my God, I don't think I'll be able to do that. We'll meet you where you're at so that everyone can enjoy the class. Now, in terms of the class format and what to expect, now for the warm-ups and cool-downs, because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a sample in a moment, for the warm-ups and the cool-downs, when I talk you guys through it, I'm going to talk doing the yoga as I do the yoga, and you guys can do it with me, and then I'll tell a little excerpt of the story. For the actual acro yoga portion of it, I'm going to show you what to do, and then you're going to do it while I tell the little excerpt of the story. Just because with the acro yoga, it's important that you watch and understand exactly what's happening before you're in the air, because you don't want to be in the air and trying to look at me at the same time, because that's just not safe. You want to fly and pay attention to what you're doing, or be base and pay attention to what you're doing. Now for this class specifically, while we have the flyer and the base, we also refer to them as Feyre and Rhys. And at any time, I always encourage people, always try both. Like, if you're in a significantly different body type relationship where someone's really, really tiny and someone's really, really big, like it's okay to try the other side of things, because you'll be very surprised what your body can do in terms of when you walk out your arms and really hold your strength up. And it's really fun for the people who are usually just the base all the time to try to fly and be in the air, because they don't always get to do those types of like fun upside down moves. So with that being said, we are going to do a little bit of a sneak peek preview into the class. So we're going to do 2 portions of the warm-up, 1 part of the acro yoga briefly, and then 1 cool down. So with that being said, I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to teach some of the class. We'll fast forward through a couple parts, teach some of the class, fast forward through a couple parts, and then we'll head out of here. Take a little sip of water. Always hydrate. It's very important. Okay, so in the beginning of the class, we're going to face back to back with our partner. So just imagine my partner's right behind me. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit. So we're back to back with our partner. Our legs are crossed, and we're first going to do a 3-part breath. So you're going to have your back. You can kind of even rely on them with like a little back of a chair. They can lean on you, you can lean on them. And we're going to start in a seated position. You can be on your yoga mat, you can be on the floor, you can be on the grass, on a towel, whatever's easier for you and what you have available. And you just want to come to a comfortable seated position. Now, with the 3-part breath, we want to start in our belly. move to our ribs, and then move to our chest. That's the 1, 2, 3 parts. So first we're going to bring our hands to our belly, and I want you to inhale and exhale through your nose. So you'll inhale, and you'll push your belly against your hands. Exhale, air goes out your nose, belly comes in. So you inhale, belly goes out, inhale, exhale, belly goes in. Inhale, belly goes out, exhale, belly goes in. And then from there we're going to move up. So it's going to be belly, ribs, chest, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And try it again. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Now continuing that 3-part breath, I want you to bring your hands to your knees. You can close your eyes or have them half closed or look at a point in front of you. And just continue doing that 3-part breath for 3 to 5 rounds. And we'll begin our journey. So with a wall and what feels like a world between them, Feyre and Rhysand's story does not start off together. They are facing their own trials and tribulations, but they are already connected. Take another 3-part breath. From there, with your partner behind you, mirroring me, inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Reach and grab your partner's hands. And then first, you're going to exhale and fold forward, whoever's Feyre, Rhysand. So folding forward, Feyre is going to fold forward, Rhysand's going to fold over her. Continue your 3-part breath here. We meet Feyre in the woods hunting for her family. We learn of all of the hardships and sacrifices she's made to take care of the people she loves, as she takes on the burden and the weight of ensuring her family's survival. Inhale, you come back up with your partner. And then this time we're going to bend so that Rhysand can fold forward. So I'll bend backwards. If there was a person over me, I would be bending back over them as they fold forward. So continue to bend backwards, Rhysand folding forward. While unknown to each other, Rhysand is on the other side of the wall, playing a part of Amaranthus Whore. Rhys plays his part very well, carrying the weight of the people that he cares for most of all. He's there to protect his family, his people, and Valaris. From Rhys folding forward, inhale, come back up, and then both will exhale and lower the arms down. From there in the class, we'll continue through a warm-up of about 3 to 4 more warm-up partner poses. And then from there, we enter the beginner Acro Yoga. Now, for me, I'm going to show you guys how to set up both the base and the flyer. I can't do both at once, again, working with what I have as a fire wife. But what the base is going to do for the first one is come on your back. Rhys is going to lift hands up, lift legs up nice and strong. So you want to make sure that you're pulling your core into the ground, pulling your hips into the ground, and really with all of the beginner acro poses, you want to make sure you're trying to isometrically turn on your muscles even if you're not moving them. So like tensing your muscles to hold still. So this is going to be the base's pose. From there, for the flyer, I'm going to show you guys on a chair. The flyer will come to the base's head, feet on either side of the head, and they'll bring their hands to their knees, and then bring their knees to the base's hands, and do the same exact thing that the base is doing on the ground, but upside down. And you'll be here. So the base is lying on their back, hands and knees available, and then the flyer or Feyre is feet by the head coming over, bringing the hands to the knees, and then bringing their hands to their knees. So that's where you're connecting at both points. Now, I do want to note that it's important to make sure that you're comfortable communicating while you're doing this. So as you guys enter into this and I tell a little bit more of the story, I want to make sure that you're saying, okay, I'm going to bring my hands there. Okay, your knees are wobbling. Can you pull them together more? Okay, I'm ready to come off. I'm going to step off now. These cues are really important. And it's actually one of the reasons I love doing this Enemies to Yoga partner class, because I think one of the biggest things that we'll agree on in terms of all of our enemies to lovers couples is that like they hate each other in the beginning, they can't stand to talk to each other, but then like some of these couples have like some of the best communication in terms of their relationship as it develops. And communication is really important when you're doing this. So come into the first hands to knees Acro Yoga pose while I continue the story. There you are. I've been looking for you. She hears a stranger say. This stranger is the most beautiful man she's ever seen and saves her. They meet once more when Rhys shows up to confront Tamlin about her and many other things, leading them to where you can arguably say that Rhysand's friendship begins to blossom under the mountain. From there, we do a few more Acro Yoga poses, telling more of their story under the mountain, going through all the trials, and then from there we begin our cool down. Now the cool down I can actually do over here to show you guys. So it's called a double heart opener, and you and your partner are going to do the same exact thing, mirrored against each other. So what you'll do is you'll grab your partner's hands, whether you want to interlace your fingers or cup each other's hands, that's completely up to you. You'll have your heels either right up against each other or, maybe 6 feet apart. Grabbing each other's hands. From there, you're going to squeeze your belly, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes nice and tight, lift your chin, and then slowly let your hips go forward and your chin go up. And you're going to use your partner as a counterbalance to open your heart. Now I'm going to continue to read the story so you guys can try this together. So it's actually going to look like a heart because you have the top of the heart here and then the bottom of the heart here where your feet meet, which is kind of cool. So try the double heart opener pose while I continue the journey. Feyre's final task is to kill 3 innocent Fae. She doesn't think she can do it. She doesn't want to do it. But she knows her life, Tamlin's life, and Prithian's, and the thousands others could be saved by just taking 3. She stabs 2 Fae and faces the 3rd, Tamlin. She stabs him to find he has a heart made of stone. From there, you're going to inhale and come out, pulling your arms back in, coming back to center. So that was just a small sneak peek of what the Partner Yoga, Enemies to Lovers Partner Yoga Feyre and Rhysand series is going to offer. If you guys have any questions about the class, what you need for the class, if you have the capacity to do the class, if you can have, actually I'll answer this question because I know it's going to come up. If you don't have to be in partners, so if you want to come as a single, you'll get paired with another single, or if you want to come with partners, you can come with partners. And like I said, there's no you have to be base the whole time, there's no you have to be a flyer the whole time, you guys can switch as needed. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions about the class, comments in this live below. I will happily answer them for you. I want to thank you guys for joining us for this sneak peek today, and we hope that you enjoyed the taste of what the full class is going to be like in May. Over the next 10 more classes that we have to offer for these preview and Q&A sneak peeks that we're doing for Stardust at the Rainbow Market, I'm going to do a opportunity for you to get entered to win a membership for our Elite Achievers membership, which has all of the classes that we're teaching over the next, I don't even know how many months it is, 6 months, 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. All of the classes that we're going to be teaching at Stardust in the Rainbow Market, we have on our app, on top of our Valkyrie Bodyweight Bootcamp 12-week program, our Abs Like an Illyrian 4-week program, our Azrael's Build Your Own Blood Right Qualifier program, our 4-week Phoenix Embers Fat Loss program. So we have a membership that we offer that gives all of these programs to everyone. So what I'm going to do is, if you comment whatever my prompt or question is and you answer it in the comment of this live, that's going to be an entry. And then at the end of all of these lives, like a week before Stardust, one person's going to get a free membership based on who comments in these lives. So for today, the prompt or comment is going to be, comment below which part of Feyre and Rhysand's journey you're most excited to relive in the Enemies to Lovers partner yoga class in May. Comment that below. When you do, that's an entry into win a free membership to get access to all of our fantasy fitness programs when May comes for Stardust. So with that being said, I want to wrap it up so you guys can have a wonderful evening. It was lovely talking to all of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.